Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's been a while since I've done any kind of upload or anything like that. I just recently got access to my channel again, my old channel. I have a new channel, two new channels actually. If you want to check them out, it's Mickey Tyler. I have a couple releases there, and Rusty Bucket Original, or sorry, Rusty Bucket Productions, or on YouTube, The Rusty Bucket. And that's where I do some tutorials on recording music and stuff like that. So yeah, I decided that the first thing I might do now that I'm back on this channel is go back and take a listen to some of my older releases. And what better way to go about it than to react to my very first release? So a little backstory behind this video before I hit play. I used to attend a youth center in my hometown of Ingersoll, and it was called Fusion Youth Center. And it actually had like a top of the line recording studio. It still has it to this day, I think. But I utilized it quite a bit while I was there. I was a bit of an outcast and a little bit arrogant when I was young, so I can only imagine what it was like to put up with me back then. But yeah, I was really really trying to develop some music skills, and I was singing a lot of like pop music and acoustic and folk and stuff like that. I used to play at the Canterbury Folk Festival in Ingersoll every year. It's too bad that's not a thing anymore. But anyways, this is the first song that I had ever released a professional audio file of, and shout out to Fusion Youth Center for the guys that were helping me out with that. The guy who helped me record it, I believe his name was Randy Rector, and he was the audio engineer that worked at Fusion Youth Center at the time. And also, I'm very sorry to the individual who I can't remember your name. I can see your face, but you did all the video editing and stuff. None of this was me other than the songwriting and the instruments. So let's dive into this, and it's going to be kind of nostalgic to go back and see this. Alright, first thing I gotta say is I love how like we decided to record me playing the drums like in video, but you can clearly hear the drums are processed and like nobody actually played the drums for this track. And like there's a big setup, like a big Marshall stack and stuff in there that just is totally overkill because none of that stuff was used. So it's just kind of funny how we set the scenery up to make it look like we used stuff we didn't.
We had each other, was like no other. Then you changed, you were undercover. You proved to me you'll stay the same, 'cause you can't go back on your mistakes. Don't you wish your heart was in one place? Now I'm done. Time to move on. Girl, I'm gone. Why can't you see that I'm gone? You don't believe that I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Girl, I'm gone. Why can't you see that I'm gone? Best believe that I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. And the world stays the same as we go our separate ways.
I thought that was the bee's knees when I started like working on this song. I thought like falsettos were like the big thing that everybody was gonna be right into it. Man, I've got such a baby voice, and it's so it's not like it's not horrible coming back and looking at it, but just you can hear some of the imperfections that I would have corrected myself today before just releasing it. But it's just really it's really nostalgic going back. Like my voice has changed quite a bit, and my look too. I mean, I've got no hair there and lots of hair here. So yeah, it's kind of funny to go back and see this.
Cause I'm gone, this time I mean it, I'm gone, I'm finally leaving, I'm gone, I'm gone, I'm gone, girl, I'm gone.
And I had a tongue ring at the time. Yeah, there's a lot of things that just popping up in my head here that, yeah, I think I was like 16 or 17 in this.
Girl, I'm gone. I'm in the spotlight. It's all a blur and I can't see straight. Yeah, I'll be alright. Is destiny just a road to fate? And I know I've done some wrong. Can't you see? You and me just don't belong. Now I'm done. Time to move on. Yeah, girl, I'm gone. Why can't you see that I'm gone? You don't believe that I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Girl, I'm gone.
Look at that in the background there on the soundboard there. There's like a Vegas setting going on where everything's flashing, and it's like I think there's like 4 instruments, maybe 5 in this. So to see that is it's really funny to see, knowing what I know now and not knowing what I didn't back then. It's really funny to see some of these things that we decided to go with that just don't make any sense. But it's, I mean,
Why can't you see that I'm gone? Best believe that I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. And the world stays the same as we go our separate ways. Cause I'm gone, this time I mean it, I'm gone. I'm finally leaving, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Girl, I'm
yeah, you can see the faders all moving in the background behind me, like they're literally just moving back and forth. Like look at the in the back, just look at the faders. The faders are like the volume knobs on the soundboard.
gone. Girl, I'm gone. We're finally over. You call my phone cause you think there's a chance that we're not over. I'm done.
All right, I'm done listening to that. I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy it or anything. It's just kind of funny to listen to some of the lyrics and and relate to what was going on at the time and why I wrote the song. Is just it's funny to think about how when you're a teenager you kind of you go through some life events and you think it's like the most like prevalent thing that's ever going to happen in your life, and it's just so funny to look back and think how juvenile it really was. But nonetheless, um, I think I'm gonna go ahead and redo this song in my home studio the way that I would do it today. Let's call it like we'll call it like a Mickey modernizer. We'll take some of my old tracks. We'll start with this one, and we'll modernize them to how I would produce them today. I think that's going to be fun. So definitely stay tuned. That'll be my next release on this channel. Will be Girl I'm Gone updated. Stay tuned.